Hello, my name is Ilona, and I just want to take a look first at dates that people are throwing around again. Well, this time is, of course, September 11th, and we have the September 24th, which is interesting. Apparently, in the Bundestag, that is the German parliament, Friedrich Merz, who is the leader of the CDU, that is a political party there, was talking about the 24th of September 2022 as very important that everyone will remember where they are. It's very strange because I can't find out what he's really talking about, and I don't think anyone has. It's really speculation what he's talking about. What is this 24th of September? But of course, people are now throwing it around. This is going to be very important. And I just wanted to take a look at these dates that are being thrown around, because let's face it, the past 2.5 years, there have been a lot of dates. And I've personally chosen quite some time ago not to talk about a certain day anymore. And in that things are going to happen or even look at a certain date. So I'm not going to look at the date that I'm talking about, like the 24th of September. I'm going to look at the energies or the energy behind who is throwing these things around. What is going on? Is this from the white hats? I personally don't think so, because really, why would they say way ahead so the dark energies will know what's going to happen? They're not going to mention it. But this is interesting. And the first card I got was the Two of Cups. I got the central card, the Five of Swords. I have the Knight of Cups. That's in the past. Underneath the central card, the Five of Cups. So there are two fives. And for the near future, I have the Nine of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. So to me, this kind of shows what this energy is about. I do believe a lot of misinformation is coming out, and I believe that there are dark energies putting out this information. So people will start to hope. They're going to expect something happening, so they'll be ready. Maybe they even talk to other people. Oh, you have to be ready. It's going to happen now, which has been happening for the past 2.5 years. This isn't the first time that people were warning other people about certain dates. You have to watch out. It's going to happen. The collapse is going to happen. Something's going to happen. And the problem is that the day comes and nothing happens. And then you're kind of stuck with this feeling of disappointments, despair, like nothing's happening. And maybe some people will be talking to you like, thought something's going to happen, yet we're not going to listen to you anymore. And that's the energy the dark energies want. This desperation, sadness, not believing anymore, not having hope. They want to destroy that hope. They want to make sure people remain in a certain level of low vibration. Especially people that have given up are perfect to manipulate, because they won't put up anything. They'll be like, yeah, they're like this, how do you say that, almost like a path. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but someone who is just this apathy, like it doesn't matter anymore. It's, okay, that attitude. And you can really see in people's faces when they give up. They have this almost like they're dead behind the eyes. Nothing sparkles, nothing's happening. They have a very low energy, everything is negative. They're not going to do anything or try to improve anything, because why would they? It's not going to go anywhere. That's this feeling of defeat. Nothing's going to happen. Some people are even convinced, well, the dark energies are just going to take over. Everything is nonsense. The white hats are even a psyop. So many things are coming out now. It wouldn't surprise me if the dark energies are behind that as well, because they want to take away that hope. And to be very honest, it's very important, and I've mentioned it many times, the white hats are not here to save us. They have certain tasks that other people are not capable of doing, like taking away certain puppets, like in The Hague or around the world. They have certain tasks, but it's up to us, humanity, to stand up and to heal. So this is about healing ourselves. We need to understand that. So if people are going to talk about the white hat as saviors and they're going to take care of us and we don't have to do anything, we can just sit back, yeah, that is a psyop. Very clear, that is a psyop. But there are white hats, and they are, you can even see it, the narrative is collapsing. They are really working as hard as they can to get this situation as a smooth transition as possible with the least unrest. But we have to do our part as well. It's about becoming independent. Very, very important. Independent, making our own choices. So that we don't put our, all our, how to say this, giving up powers away to other people, following other people without feeling if it connects with us or not, just believing all these things. And I'm sorry about that. It's very important to understand that we have to really find our independence, not being depending on things outside of ourselves or just listening to people without knowing, if it fits with us or not. This is really about showing things as well. We cannot get away from our own responsibility. It is our responsibility to heal. It's our responsibilities to start manifesting what we want. Not being dependent on other people, not focusing on dates. Most people in the Truthful community are aware things can happen. They can happen tomorrow, today. They can happen a longer period. We just don't know. But most of us are prepared. We have some food at home, or we have food for our pets if we have pets. Some, of course, water, some cash. It's very important to just be prepared that things are happening, that you're ready. That's it. But when it's going to happen, we just don't know. And by throwing out these dates, it creates misinformation. It creates desperation. People are waiting for certain events to happen and it doesn't happen. Sometimes they talk to other people and then they'll look like a fool. It's very important to stay away from that. Just be prepared if things are going to happen. They are not going to announce it. I do not believe that the white hats are really going to give out a date, because then the dark energies will know as well. And this is a war. So they're not going to mention that. Maybe something will happen on those dates. We just don't know. But don't focus on it. Don't depend on it. Don't put all your hopes in that. And if it doesn't happen, that you're going to fall apart. It's very important that we heal ourselves and start really connecting with our intuition, so we know we are going to be all right. We are children of God. We are going to be fine. It's very important to really feel that and really trust that. Work on yourself, work on your energies, see if there's still shadow work you can do, see if you could connect with like-minded people, start initiatives. There are many things you can do if it feels right to you. Very important. If you do start things, see if it resonates with you, if you're with the right people, if you're doing the thing that feels the best for you, and do things that make you happy. And just, it's so important now to just focus on yourself and take it from there. Trust, but don't depend on a certain date, that it has to happen before a certain date or it's not going to happen. Do not fall for that. The dark energies want you to despair. They want you to think nothing's going to happen. They want you to give up. That's what they want, because people that have given up, so easy to manipulate. I also mentioned in my second card reading that I actually looked at all these fear that's being created now, that the winter that's coming is going to be extremely cold. There's going to be problems with food and things like that. And we have in the Netherlands here een wetenschappelijke raad van regeringsbeleid, which means like a scientific council for government policies. And they are giving advice on this permanent law. They're working on what's been happening in the past 2.5 years. They want to make a permanent law for that. And they're talking about mandatory stings and food stamps. Well, for the Netherlands, that's quite some time ago that there have been food stamps. Second World War, to be very precise. To me, this just feels like they're just throwing out ridiculous things to wake up people. Really, who comes up with that? But it's very important also to understand that this council is the Council of Ministers from our government, obviously, have to agree with the members of this council. So I'm sure it's very objective. Very independent council, obviously, when the government and the ministers are actually deciding whether you can be part of that council or not. So it's just one big... Anyway, I was taking a look at all this fear that's coming up now in the media and the news. We're heading towards an awful period. And the first card I got was the Five of Wands. The central card is the Empress. Card in the past is the Seven of Swords. Underneath the Empress is the Strength card. And for the near future, we have the King of Swords and the Knight of Swords. And to me, this kind of explains pretty much everything. I think this is very calculated from both sides. So the dark energies are purposely showing this to create fear. They want us in that desperation state. They want us as fearful as possible. The low energies are perfect for them, perfect to manipulate humans. But the white hats are like, we just show them this, especially talking about food stamps here in the Netherlands. Interesting. There's going to be more and more resistance. And that's the important part. People are really waking up. People are, of course, it's hurting their security, their financial security. How are they going to feed their children? How are they going to make it through? People are going to wake up now, just more and more people understanding something's wrong, and that's what this entire point is about. I don't think it's going to get that far. I do think that this is really about waking up people, especially with this beautiful Empress energy. To me, this represents that people are actually getting more and more together, connecting, creating initiatives like buying local foods, or maybe even start growing local foods. More and more people are starting to understand that we have to be self-reliant. Again, from the other card reading, we have to become independent in a way and find our own way. And that's this beautiful female principle. That's what the Empress to me stands for. It's bringing back the connection between people. That will be our strength, connecting. Understanding that we're in this together as humanity. And we have to stand up together to really start doing our parts, working with our energy, because then we start manifesting. That's the most important part. If you are in a very low vibration, you see everything negative, you will create negative situations. If you think you're not going to make it, you do not have enough, then you're not going to have enough. That is programming. They are trying to program you to create what they want. They want to create this horrible winter, this cold. I don't think it's going to get that far, but that is what the dark energies want. And it's very important to understand that we have to heal ourselves now. Heal and really understand that we can manifest what we want. We can manifest abundance. We can manifest, look at her. She is very, very abundant. Everything is growing around her. We have that energy to create that. We have the strength to do that. And we can do that together. That's the beautiful part of this. And I do believe more and more people are coming together and really standing up. This is about creating resistance. This is about waking up people. So that's why we're going to get more and more fear created, but also more and more ridiculous things to wake up people. That's at least how I view things. Hope to see you in another video. Bye.